This is Talib Kweli on the Daily Show.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been here for 30 years now and you've seen what it was like 30 years ago, you've seen what it's like now. So where do you think the future of the music industry is going? You know, because it doesn't sound good from what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, I think that when it comes to hip hop, too many people think of hip hop as what the corporations are pushing on them. And the hip hop community is way bigger than what you hear on the radio or what you see on videos. The hip hop community is very vast. Matter of fact, I'm going to defend the hip hop community more than any genre. I feel like hip hop has more social justice workers, more activists, more people that speak up than any genre, hands down. So even though we're pushed this sort of corporate, greedy, capitalistic, sexist, violent image of hip hop, when you look at the hip hop community as a whole, then this is where the artists are becoming activists at.
If you're a musician right now
Mhm.
and you're just getting started,
Yeah.
you know, what would you recommend to them? You know, like
I would recommend that you stay far away from the music industry, right? and build industry around yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, make yourself a commodity. Make yourself not a commodity, but make it about yourself, and bring in traffic to what you're doing, as opposed to sending traffic outside of yourself.
because you've been here for 30 years.
All right, talk about it. Talib on the Daily Show.
What did you think of it? What
I
did you
was
think of what he
tagging.
said?
I was tagging you in.
Well, I'm tagging you in because you are actually an artist. So I think that this probably resonates with you in a different way that people might want to hear. I mean, I think I think he's right. I think that people have the power to take things and take it into their own hands at this point. There's little reason. I shouldn't say there's little reason, but if you decide to go that route, I don't know where that guy's going, but if you decide to go that route, it makes sense. There's a lot of opportunity today for people who do prioritize what they want and how they want to do it. That wasn't there before. Before it was just like, if you gotta get a lick, you gotta sign to this label, you gotta, do this way, and that's it. There's a lot of flexibility today in being an artist, and you may not get the same outcomes that someone who does that gets, but there's more. I think when there's more priority on self, like, you maintain the passion, if that makes sense, right? Like, you're still able to, whether it's activism, whether it's just love for a certain genre or a certain type of music, or just music in general, you're still able to remain attached to that. I think sometimes when you go the other route, you lose some of that. That happens in a lot of different industries. It doesn't necessarily have to be music either. There's a lot of spaces that you go to and you try to, sort of align yourself with the corporate giant, if you will, and it doesn't feed you the way like doing things on your own. That's why we have so many entrepreneurs now. People have so much more access. So it was dope what he said.
Well, before we even get to the last part, I think the first part was dope. I love that he stood up for hip hop and spoke about the way we are as a collective, the way that people are viewing hip hop, and how, a lot of people's image of hip hop is what the radio and the corporation stuff down your throat. And so I thought it was great that he said there's a lot more hip hop than that. And across all genres, we probably speak out the most. We probably are the most active. in the
Oh,
community.
absolutely.
I thought that was great. I thought that was a great way to redirect during the conversation, because yeah, clearly there's negativity in hip hop, but there's also a lot of positive, and more often we hear about young rappers killing each other, or this person is on trial, or whatever,
Yeah.
or this person is being sexist, or whatever negative thing is being highlighted, and we often don't hear of the great work being done by a lot of other people. I know lately my song has grown in popularity. I know lately people are kind of putting more spotlight on Immortal Technique. Those things are great. But there's a lot of people doing things. It's not just them too. And so for Talib to say that, I thought was pivotal. And then when we get to the advice portion, yeah, I think it's true. Stay away from the industry. And yeah, to respond to you, there is a trade-off that some of us make. I am not signed. I have not wanted to be signed. I've never tried to be signed. Um, because I know that there are trade-offs that I'm not willing to make. And so, yeah, if you want to sign a 360 deal and be in the Target ads and be all over every ad and every opportunity, then yeah, if that's what you want and you want to gross money quickly, then sure, go get a label deal. Do what you got to do to get a label deal and be in the industry, but understand what comes with that. You are signing away 80, 85, 90, 95% of everything that you will create, everything that you own, everything that you worked for will belong to them. That's what you're signing away today. Was it always like that? Not at these numbers, not at this rate. Today it is. And so there's even footage of artists who are popular talking about, is the guy's name Jelly Roll? I can't remember the guy's. I think his name is Jelly Roll. He just did an interview where he's talking about signing off your stuff and how basically some people have deals that it's a 90-10 deal. The label owns 90% of everything, you have 10%. And so, these are the kind of things that are going on. But if you want the fame, if you want the popularity, if you want the looks, quote unquote, you're going to get them, because they're going to pour all the money into you to make you a star. So you'll be a star. If that's what you want, that's what you do. But if you want to own your stuff, and if you want to have control of what you do and when you tour and all of those things, then you got to take a different route. And so there's a trade-off. I'm not going to say one is better than the other. I always say it's about what you want as an artist, right? And so if you don't want the fame and the fortune, or you just feel like, hey, that stuff is cool, but it's not as important to me as some of these other things, but then you don't go that route. And so I thought it was really good advice to say, build industry around you. I thought that was a really savvy way of saying, like, create your own buzz and create things around you that allow you to prosper from the music and the art that you create.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was an excellent way of saying it.
No, it was great what he said.
I look forward to the extended cut with the extra 4 minutes. Hear your face. Oh, that was
Well,
too funny.
we got the extended cut from you.
All right, man. I don't deserve this. I wouldn't have to deal with this on Mars.
Maybe.
I wouldn't. But it's fine.
You don't know that.
It's my belief.
Okay. It's your religion?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, anything else on Talib?
No. Like you said, what you said was great. And I agree with what you said about the first part of his response. I think that it's well documented that hip hop, I mean, we already call it a culture, right? The culture, or it's more than just music. There's so much
Absolutely.
more there's so much more depth to it than that, and I think he spoke to that well. So yeah.
Agreed. People forget that hip hop, rap is the music, but there are 5 elements to hip hop as a culture. And so people forget that. But yes, I agree with you. I'm not going to give them the history lesson today. Y'all could go look it up if you don't know it already.
Okay. All right.